The commercial lead companies don't care about you. If you're in commercial construction, chances are you've probably tried a lead company before. These are companies like Dodge, Blue Book, ConstructConnect, Building Connected, even Home Advisor. Blah. Here's the thing, lead companies don't care if you win any jobs. They don't care if you succeed, they don't care if you win. As long as you pay their monthly bill, that's all they care about. They're gonna sell you this dream that if you sign up with them, they're gonna send you hundreds of leads, and those leads are gonna all become sales, and you're gonna become a multimillionaire overnight. And in this video, I'm gonna teach you why that's a complete lie, and I'm gonna show you the right way to handle your commercial construction leads and actually win jobs. Now, in full transparency, I do have a love-hate relationship with the lead platforms. So today, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what to do so you can convert those leads into actual projects so you can win jobs. So last year I actually met with the heads of Dodge and Blue Book. These are the directors of the departments, the C-level executives, the top guys, the guys that make the big decisions, to discuss a potential collaboration. My local rep actually organized the meeting for me. I was actually really excited to meet with them because they're in the business of helping contractors. That's what I thought. They're in the business of helping contractors with leads. I'm in the business of estimating and teaching contractors how to grow their businesses. I was like, hey, this is a great potential collaboration here. We should work together. So it turns out that these companies actually have a huge retention problem. It's really hard for them. It's very difficult for them to keep clients. They're always canceling, they're ending their contracts early. And the real reason is because they're not winning jobs. So in the meeting, I asked them, what training are you offering them to help them win? And they said none. So I actually started describing my 8-figure construction sales academy and how we help contractors with their leads, with their estimating, with their negotiation, and even the operations of their businesses. And they actually brushed me off. I'm not gonna lie, that pissed me off. And then I realized that these guys don't give a rip if you succeed or not, as long as you pay their monthly bill. I mean, think about it. If you're on, like, I don't know, ConstructConnect or Blue Book or whatever, and they have some sort of class or training or master class or some sort of webinar that actually teaches you what to do with those leads and how to do the sales process, imagine how great that would be for their customers. Now, the truth is that leads, right? The project information that they publish that they call leads, it's actually worthless unless you know what to do with it. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. So earlier I talked about how I have a love-hate relationship with these companies. The love part is that they do publish a lot of data where if you know what you're doing, you can really explode your business. But if you don't have a sales strategy, you're basically getting robbed clean. That's the hate part. And my company, I Am Builders, is on a mission to disrupt the commercial construction sales world by teaching contractors how to grow and scale their construction businesses. I mean, it shouldn't only be the big boys winning. Even the small to medium guys should be getting success too. So my mission today is to show you how to find leads, how to sell them, and how to close them. Whether you find them on a bid board, whether you're using a lead company, whether you're knocking on doors, door to door, it doesn't matter. The process is the same. So first of all, what is even a lead company? So a lead company is basically a research company that what they do is they find and publish construction project information. They have a platform, like a web-based platform, where their team of researchers is looking at like public data. They have relationships with the architects, with developers, and a lot of times some of these guys even have invitation to bid systems where like GCs and developers and architects, they can go on, upload their plans and invite the people to bid. So you're gonna have access to all these plans. Again, if you know what you're doing, this is phenomenal. It's amazing. This is like revolutionary. But if you don't know what you're doing, you might as well throw your cash on a bonfire. All these companies aren't cheap. I've heard of some regions costing up to $5,000 a year. What do you mean? Isn't it as simple as finding a project to bid on Dodge or Blue Book and just sending a proposal? No. If you want to win in commercial construction sales, you need to approach this with a professional construction sales process. In order to convince a client to award you the project, a few things have to occur. Number one, you have to find a potential client. Number two, you have to estimate that project. Number three, your price needs to be decent compared to your competitors. And number four, you have to demonstrate the expertise and the finances to complete the project. Now let's talk about the first one, finding a potential client. These lead companies like to market themselves as providing you leads, but technically they aren't really leads. They're just giving you information. A lead is defined as a potential customer or prospect who has shown some sort of interest in your company's products or services. They are individuals or businesses who have been identified as having a potential to make a purchase. Therefore, none of these are actually leads. Even if you get an invitation to bid, technically it's not even really a lead. These guys still don't know you. If you look at how the systems work, let's say I'm a GC and I'm inviting subcontractors, right? I'm gonna go on Bluebook or ConstructConnect or whatever platform I'm using. I'm gonna create a new project. I'm gonna upload the plans. I'm gonna put project description. I'm gonna put all the company information. And the final step is, what contractors do you need? What trades do you need? And it's gonna have a bunch of boxes to check. I need an electrician, check. I need a plumber, check. I need a foundations concrete company, check. I need a site work guy, check. And then what they're gonna do is they're gonna send out this really nice email that says, you've been invited to bid by I Am Builders Construction. And the truth is that they don't even know you. They haven't looked you up. They haven't gone to your website. They know nothing about you. So technically it's not really a lead. It's project information. I like to train my contractors to be active salespeople, not passive salespeople. Passive is when you're just waiting for people to call you. You're waiting for your phone to ring. Active is, let me log into my platform. Let me see what there is going on. Hey, let me look up a directory of clients and let me just start calling. Let me start drumming up business, because that's really how you're gonna win in construction. So if you don't do any of this and you just bid the jobs, right? A lot of contractors, a lot of my clients that are estimating jobs, they're like, hey, I got a project to bid. I'm like, okay, great. What, tell me about the company. When you went to visit them, what did they say? What's the feedback they gave you? It's like, oh, I've never met them. I'm like, what? Okay, so did you talk to them over the phone at least? Oh no, I just got an email that they're inviting me to bid and they want me to give them a bid. I'm like, we need to do a little bit more work than that. Basically, if you don't do any of this process that I'm teaching you today, you're not only going to waste your money on paying your subscription to the lead companies, but you're also going to waste your time and money by bidding projects that you're never going to win. Let me give you an example. Last year, a developer reached out to us. We did a GMP budget for 2 high rises here in South Florida. I received hundreds of bids for these 2 projects. I advertised the job. I invited tons and tons, like thousands of contractors to bid. And my hope was that I would have the opportunity to interview and to talk to many of these guys so I can make professional recommendations to the owner. It turns out I only received a handful of calls and visits. And on one of the projects, I actually invited 10 elevator companies to bid. I'm telling you, I called them, I spoke with them over the phone. Like, I did their job. I spoke with them over the phone and I'm like, hey, I need an elevator bid. Are you guys interested? Yeah, I'm gonna send you a bid. Crickets, ghost. One elevator company sent me a proposal. Guess who's gonna get that job? Think about it. And it's $1 million project just to do, I would think it was like 5 or 6 elevators, but it's a 12-story building, so it's a big project. I mean, if you're gonna bid, you're gonna work on a $150 million project, wouldn't you take some time out of your day to go meet the guy that could help you win that project? The point I'm trying to make is that the construction business is an old school business. We're literally asking these guys to give us $100,000 contracts, or in some cases, multi-million-dollar contracts. And we think we're gonna do it with a little proposal and an email. We're gonna find some random company, some project on a bid board, and we're gonna call them and we're just gonna email them and that's it. And we're gonna get a $10 million project. No, it's not gonna work like that. These clients, to hire you, there's a certain amount of risk that they're gonna take to actually give you a contract. And your job as a salesperson, as a construction entrepreneur salesperson, is to minimize that risk by demonstrating that you have the expertise, that you have the finances, that you and your team have the skill, right? These are important things. And the crew to perform the work. You're not gonna do this over email. You're probably not even gonna do this over the phone. So naturally, and I hear this complaint all the time, naturally your number is gonna be used to leverage and to negotiate with the person who did visit, right? Or maybe this is a company that they've worked with before that they actually want. Like every GC and every architect and every owner, they have their go-to company, right? Even you probably have your own go-to like subs or your go-to employees or your go-to subcontractors or whatever go-to vendors that you prefer them over everybody else first. And then if they're busy or their price is too high, maybe you'll go with the next people. So everybody has those. So our job is to become that guy. If you want to be successful in commercial construction leads using a lead platform or a bid board or whatever it is, you have to invest in the relationship building part. All right, so the first step in this whole process is researching potential clients. Now, I'm gonna give you a little like a tip of experience. Instead of focusing on the project and worrying about the project, I want you to focus on the client. Let's focus on winning over the client. So we're gonna start by using lead companies like Dodge, Bluebook, ConstructConnect. The directory doesn't matter. Where you get the information doesn't matter. The point is to get the contact information. So the first step in this is we're gonna research our potential clients and our potential projects, right? So sometimes we might be using one of the lead companies, so we might know what the job is that they're bidding, right? And in other cases, if you're using like ZoomInfo or Google or some sort of directory, you might just have the client. So either way, our goal is the client. We're not really focusing on the job. We might lead with the job, right? But our goal is to Hey, what projects do you have coming up? Hey, can I get on your bid list? Hey, what can I do to work with you guys, right? As a good salesperson, this is what you have to do, right? So you're gonna research the projects and the clients, then we're gonna call them and we're gonna visit them, right? We're gonna introduce ourselves, get to know them. And sometimes you're gonna have to wait for them to bid a job in your area so they can invite you to bid, which is why we wanna do this at scale, right? We wanna get on hundreds of bid lists. Pretty much our goal should be to get on everybody's bid list in this whole city, because we want to get wind of every opportunity in our whole city. Or we want to get invited by one of the lead platforms, because that's going to open the door. We might get invited, we can call them, we can visit them, we can get our foot in the door so we can start bidding those jobs. And then we're going to estimate the jobs and submit the proposals, and then we're going to work the deal. So this is where a lot of contractors fail. They don't work the deal. Bid the job, they spend the time to get the lead, they estimate the project, they're up at night till 2 in the morning to meet the bid date, and then maybe they call once or twice, and then they forget about the job because they get busy. The reason this happens is because they don't have a system, and this is what I want to give you. I want to give you a system so that you know what to do with your leads, and so you can follow up. And that's pretty much what our mission is to give contractors the tools and the systems they need to be successful. You're on the front end, you're going to be filling this pipe with leads, right? And on the other end, projects are going to come out of it. Contracts are going to come out of it, right? You're not going to close every single one, but you're going to close a percentage of them. So what you want to do is you have to bid enough jobs. You have to go out there, get enough leads so you can get enough opportunities so you can just do more. So if most of my clients were to just do more, that's it, just more. Do a few more estimates a month. Do a few more follow-ups a month. Boom, guaranteed your business will double almost overnight. Maybe like in the next 90 days. By the way, if you're interested in my company, I Am Builders, doing this for you, we do have a commercial lead service. We reach out to your potential clients to get on their bid list. We fill out those pre-qualification forms. We basically open the door and we roll out the red carpet so that you can just literally pick the jobs that you want, like a menu. We can do your leads and we can even do your estimating for you. So if you're interested and you want to have a call and see if it's a good fit, click the link here and you can schedule a call on the next page over. Now that you are a commercial leads expert, I want to share with you my full client acquisition system. It's called the 8-Figure Contractor System. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how we get the leads, how we research them, how we vet them, how we estimate the jobs. And I'm going to show you how my client Matt has done over $40 million in our program, where he's doing about $10 million a year in annual receivables. And I want to show you how my client Sergio is doing, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's like $14 million or $17 million a year or something like that. And when he first started our program, he was only doing a few million. So I want to show you exactly the process. It's called our 8-Figure Contractor System in the very next video. So click that link and let's go watch that video.